Hey, you're very welcome to my sad day. It's time to sell the motorbike, make room for something new in the garage. My name is Derek Trainer and this is my Multistrada 1200S. I work in the bike business, but this has been my personal bike for 5 years now. So the backstory behind this bike is it got traded in 2015, brand new, with when I say brand new, had almost 3,000 kilometers on it. And I took it home for the weekend and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I still am. I think it's one of the best two-up kind of GT touring bikes that are out there. To give you some background on this bike, it has 11,800 miles on it. I don't use it as a daily. It's parked away in dry, heated storage, nestled away, and about 2 or 3 times a year it gets pulled out. It's done, I think, 3 European trips and a couple of kind of long week or 10 days around Ireland. It's got some nice extras, or at least I think they're nice, kind of tasteful ones. Starting with the genuine stuff, it has heated grips. I think they come as a touring pack, and I think that's what this bike also came with originally. It's got heated grips. It's got a set of side boxes here, which are the genuine ones with the bike, so they operate on the same key as the bike. The bike is, of course, keyless. It's the S model, so that's the fancy one with the electronic suspension. It has all of the rider modes, so you can go from like enduro to street to sport and stuff on this. Really fancy bike, but look on YouTube, or I'm guessing if you're thinking of buying one, you probably know all that already. Other extras that I have put on it, in the front of it here, it's got a radiator guard. It's windy out today, so hopefully you're not getting blasted out of it by the wind. It's got a rad guard here. It's also got a Remus exhaust pipe that came with it and a carbon guard. I have the standard pipe. It's obviously pristine. It's got a Givi Tanklock. Really handy bit of storage for like phones and sunglasses and wallets. These clip on by a little, if you're not familiar, little lever there. They go on and off. It's got the genuine Ducati GPS mount here. Now, it's not got the Ducati GPS unit. I just had a BMW one that was lying around. I put it on. It's not ideal. You're welcome to it, but it mounts at 90 degrees. What I've been using the last couple of years is actually this guy, and my phone just clicks on and off with a special cover, SP Connect they're called. The bike has, I'm not sure if I said this already, 11,800 miles on it, or 19,000 kilometers. When I was going away early last year, it got a fairly huge service. So it got brake pads all around, some high-end sintered pads. It got tyres front and rear, Metzeler M7RRs. They're still actually in pretty good shape. They've got good profile to them. We went to Europe, so it got lots of twisty roads. It got spark plugs, air filters, oil+filter, so it had a real detailed service, and we have all the history for that as well. It does have a back box on it, but I'm not selling it with the back box. I want to keep it. It has a little bit of sentimental value. I've had it on a few bikes at this stage, but it also has what I had to build up, the genuine Ducati rear carrier, which is a pricey bit of kit on one of these actually, but it's the only carrier on the Multistradas that can take a bit of weight in a box. The other carriers are actually, when you look into them, they're not what they're made out to be. Also, it's got a tall screen. I bring my wife on the back of this. This is ideal if you've got a passenger. It flicks the air up. Screen on these is obviously adjustable. You can pull it up and down with a lever. I have the standard screen for it. The bodywork and the condition of this bike can only be described as pristine or mint. As I mentioned, it's kept indoors. It's really nursed. It's kept ACF 50'd and spotless. When you get up close to this bike, you start seeing why it's different. All the nooks and crannies are as you would want them to be. One time, about 2 years ago, my dad fell off this at 0 miles an hour in a driveway, and I got a scratch here and here. I wasn't happy with them, so we put brand new panels from Ducati on them. Receipts to prove. The old panels are there. You're welcome to them if you want. That time when it fell over on the right, the foot peg did put a little ding in the exhaust pipe in the Remus. It never bothered me. I do have the genuine pipe there for it, and you're obviously welcome to that as well. The twin spout that comes on these is standard. The bike also has a heel tech quick shifter and a heel tech, I think it's called a servo eliminator. It's to do with the servo down here. I can't remember why, but at the time they were recommended as a good gadget for them. There's probably some other extras I'm forgetting, but it gives you a general sense of what it's like. I'm not really looking for a trade-in, but if you've got something that might spark my interest, a 98 R1, an RS 250 or something kind of quirky like one of those, by all means hit me up. Other than that, I don't know what we're going to ask for it yet, but I'll come up with a price, and by the time you're watching this video or reading this ad, you're going to know exactly how much it is. Whoever buys it, I wish you all the best of luck with it. It is a daddy bike.